So when I first got my package from Dsoar Hair, I immediately noticed how well the packaging was. The hair came in this beautiful purple box with their store name and their website, and this is good for the overall well-being of the hair when they ship it and for storing your wig or bundles after you use them. Inside, I got a paper detailing the credentials of the hair, and then moving the frontal aside, we see the bundles. So I got 3 body wave bundles, and the lengths are a 16, 18, and a 20, and then here is the matching body wave frontal in 18 inches. So the frontal was well made, and the hair being very silky and having a lot of movement, but the hairline was not plucked or customized at all, so I'm going to be showing you how I customized it later on. So now looking more at the bundles individually, I did get 3 body wave bundles, and on the bundle is a tag with the Dsoar Hair name on them, which I think is super professional and helps indicate which bundle you're working with. The bundles were standard in the amount of hair I got, and the weft construction was good, which is crucial since we're going to be gluing this unit, and the bundle also passed the smell test as well. So now moving on to actually constructing this wig, you're going to need a mannequin head of some sort, and I'm just using my usual styrofoam head. Then you're going to need a spandex dome cap, and I switched to spandex and not mesh because I feel like the spandex ones are a lot more stretchy. Next, you're going to need some scissors because we're going to be cutting our wefts, some tweezers because we're going to be customizing our frontal hairline, a hot glue gun because we are gluing, so make sure you have some extra glue sticks. Then you're going to need a needle and thread as well. So put on your spandex dome cap onto your mannequin head and take some T-pins or some bobby pins or anything with a sharp edge and pin those into the styrofoam head, and make sure you pin it down, stretching it nice and tight. So now we're going to be putting on our frontal. So I fold the frontal in half to find the center, and I line that center up and go ahead and pin that down in the middle. Then I pin everything else down and try to keep the front of the frontal nice and flat and straight. So now it's time to pin down the back of the frontal, and you really want this to be very flat with no bumps, so that your hair doesn't lump when you try to part your hair, because with a frontal you can part your hair anywhere. So take your time in pinning everything down so that it lays flat, and make sure that you have your pins kind of close together so that when we go to sew this on and make things a lot easier. Now I'm going to be sewing down the frontal because it makes it stay on a lot better, and gluing it down you just don't get the long wear. So we're going to be sewing this down. So after I pin down the front and make sure all of that is straight, I'm going to be going in with my needle and thread and just sewing all around. So now it's time to put our hair on, and I'm taking one of the body wave bundles. I'm putting on my hot glue and I'm sticking the bundle right on. And when I get to the end of my section that I'm gluing, I'm just going to be taking my scissors and I'm going to be cutting that off. So I already have a video up on how to do this. So you basically just go layer by layer, track by track, go all the way up your head and put the glue down, stick the weft on, cut the track, and do this all the way up. So I only ended up using 2 of the bundles. I actually had a whole bundle left over, which was really good because the frontal does take up a lot of space. So I continued this until I got to the top, and when I got to the top, I placed 1 full track along the edge of that frontal. So this is what that looked like, and then it was time for me to take the frontal hair down and put it over, and it covered it. So next, I then removed the wig from the styrofoam head, and then I'm going to be removing that excess spandex cap from the frontal. So use your scissors and be sure to just cut off that excess part, and make sure you do not cut your lace. So now I'm trying on the frontal, and this is not the finished look, but I'm just trying it on to see how I'm going to be cutting off my lace. So cut around your ear, and this is going to open up some space so we can put an elastic band, and it's going to make your wig look a lot more natural. So this next step is just cutting off that excess lace around the frontal. Take your time and do this, and leave a little bit of extra lace when you cut. So now I put the wig back on, and honestly, I don't know what my camera did. I did record me trimming the hair because I wanted a shorter style, but now I'm just adding baby hairs to my frontal. So I'm pulling the small sections from the front of the wig and I'm thinning it down, and I start off long and I make it shorter and shorter as I go because I want to add some baby hairs to my frontal and slay that once we get to that final steps. So the next step of customizing this frontal is adding your baby hair. So I'm taking that front hair and I'm using some shears and I'm just thinning out the hair. You want to make sure that they're not too long, and I make them long at first, like I said, and then I just end up making them a bit smaller. So basically I just start off with long pieces of hair and then I cut them shorter and shorter and thin them out, because you don't want your baby hairs to be too bulky, because if you've ever seen those frontals where the baby hairs are just so bulky and it looks so unnatural, I don't like that look. So I definitely take a lot of time into making sure the baby hairs are cut just short. So now we're moving on to tweezing, and I'm just starting off with the front of the hair. I pull out a section and I take my tweezers and I begin to just pluck and pluck and pluck. There's no specific way to do this in my opinion. Honestly, if you freestyle it, it gives you the most natural look because then your hairline doesn't look so uniformed and defined. So I just like to go ahead and tweeze, and you kind of want to tweeze until that front part of your hairline is kind of like bald in a way. And it may sound crazy because you may think you're over plucking your frontal, but you're actually not. You do want your hair to look seamless. So go ahead and pull your hair back, and if you can see like your hair poking and looking like it's gradually moving in and it's like a seamless look, then that's what you want to go for. So I continue this by parting the hair section by section, maybe about 4 inches into the frontal, and just plucking a lot. And when I was done, this is what it looked like when I placed it on my head after tweezing. So this is my first time doing a real frontal, so bear with me if you don't like it. I like it. I think it looks pretty natural, and I think I did a pretty good job for my first time really looking at a frontal and doing it the way I've seen it done on YouTube and by the professionals. And when I was done plucking, this is all the hair that I got from plucking and tweezing my frontal. So you are going to get a lot of hair, but you know, you want your frontal to look natural. So now moving on to installing the frontal wig, you're going to need a skin tone colored stocking cap. So the one that I'm using is a brown color. It could be a little bit lighter, but honestly, this color did work for my hair. So I'm just putting it on just to see if it's going to look good in color. And I'm taking my Got To Be Glued in the black bottle, and I'm just going to be putting this around my edges and in that front perimeter. So then I'm taking the stocking cap and I'm putting it over. I'm allowing the gel to dry the wig cap. That way we can cut off the excess cap. So now I'm cutting off that elastic band area, the part that's the most elastic, and we're just going to be exposing the cap so that it kind of looks like our whole entire scalp color is this one color. This helps to make the hair look more natural. That way when you see the color of your scalp per se in between the lace or poking through the lace, it gives you a natural and seamless finish. So now taking the wig, it's time to actually put this on. So I'm just holding up the wig and putting it on from the back, and then I'm going to be moving the wig forward in the front and aligning it with my natural hairline. So the lace did fold over, so go ahead and readjust that so that it's laying flat against your forehead. So we're going to be adhering this wig again with the Got To Be Glued gel in the black bottle. So you're just putting this around the perimeter of your forehead where the wig is going to sit. So when that's done and it's dried and you've let it get tacky for about 2 to 3 minutes, go ahead and pull your wig forward and press down firmly so that the wig could adhere to the gel. Now I am just pushing my baby hairs forward, pulling on my hair to make sure I don't get any type of movement or anything like that. And as you can see, it's actually pretty snug. So I'm just adjusting my hairline. So moving on to actually constructing the baby hairs, I honestly found this to kind of be the hardest part because I'm working with baby hairs that are not coming from my scalp, and they're a lot longer than what I was used to because I don't like to have extremely long baby hairs. So I'm just taking some gel, again with the Got To Be Glued gel in the black bottle, and also my Ebin New York 24-hour extra firm hold gel. And I'm just kind of like doing a freestyle, trying to figure out which way I want my part to go, which way I want my edges to go. So this is completely up to you. You can use your own prerogative on how you want your edges to look and style them the way that you want them to. So I was just going for like a swoop style and putting that around my forehead and around my hairline. I didn't want it to look like them bulky things that you see, like, you know, when those wigs are like really bulky and the baby hairs are so thick, because I feel like they look unnatural. So the next step is actually just styling the hair, and I'm going to be adding some wand curls all around my head, and I already have a tutorial on how to do this, so I will link that in the description box below. But for the rest of this video, I'm just going to be styling my hair and curling it. So I just want to let you guys know that Dsoar Hair is having a Christmas sale on this hair, on all their hair on their site, and it starts on December 11th. I will have all the coupons down below, and if it's your first time as a customer, you get an additional $5 off. So I definitely want you guys to check out their hair because I loved the way how my hair came out, and this is my first time using a frontal. I felt like the frontal was really easy to work with. Honestly, I was scared because the last time I did frontal, it didn't turn out so good, but this frontal ended up actually looking really good, and I got a lot of compliments. So definitely check out Dsoar Hair if you're looking for like a frontal to go with your bundles, because everything matched really well. Sometimes you get a frontal or a closure that doesn't match with your hair, but definitely Dsoar Hair, it did match. So I'm just fluffing out the rest of my hair, and that's pretty much how I got this frontal look. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know how you guys think I did in the comment section down below, being that this is my first real frontal. Follow me on all my social media networks, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.